Hey, all. Um, I don't usually make these types of videos. Um, Obviously, my channel is gameplay videos and whatnot, playing games with my friends and, goofy stuff, laughter, whatnot. But, today's, uh, today's a serious video. Our dog, PG is his name, my childhood dog that we've had since I was 5 years old. We got him in 2010. Um, Unfortunately, he's passed away. We had to put him down today, at least at the time of recording this. It's about 3 a.m., but about like 7 hours ago, we had him put down. And I think it was probably the best time to put him down that we chose because he had been recently experiencing a lot of complications and whatnot due to his old age and just general quality of life decreasing over time, especially in the last 6 months. Since I've moved about 5, 6 months ago, and ever since we moved, it's just kind of gone drastically down. Um, I already miss him. It's really weird being emotional in a YouTube video because being in this emotional state and just making this emotional video, just with how it just feels odd. I don't know. It's also weird just sharing your emotions and what's been going on with strangers online. But anyway, I'm getting off track. Yeah, we had an in-home euthanasia company that came out. A vet from like an hour out of town had to come over, and after she got off of her shift and had to drive an hour over here to our house where she performed the euthanasia. And it was just I can't for the rest the whole rest of the night. Every time I even have a thought of it, I thought of him, it brings back tears because like I said, I've had this dog all my life, since I was 5 years old. He was like literally like a little brother to me. And I know that this is something that everyone goes through that has a pet. I've technically gone through it before with the first dog that was in my life, but I was too young to really understand everything, and I wasn't, my brain wasn't as developed back then. But now this one is just really hitting me because this is the dog, like I said, that we've had our whole lives, that I've had my whole life. And it's especially saddening because it was like out of nowhere. Like, yes, there were symptoms being being presented over the past few months of just old age. I mean, he's a lab retriever mix, and their lifespan apparently is like 13 years on the top side. So he exceeded his breed's lifespan by 2 years because he was 15. And so it just the uh the other day we were my mom brought him outside, and I was in my room, and she calls me and she's like, something's wrong with PG. And I was like, okay, I don't know what's going on, but I came out there, and he had fallen over in the grass outside in our backyard. And he uh he couldn't, he was having labored breathing. Like he was struggling to breathe. His gums and his tongue started going white. Like his gums and his tongue were losing color, and we thought it would go away because this same exact thing almost happened to him about 2 months earlier, and he was fine. Because after it happened that night, we thought he was gonna die that night, and then he woke up the next day full of life and full of energy, like as if he had just like gone on to his second life. He is one damn resilient dog because I don't even know how he made it through it. He made it through the first time with whatever he had. But this time he couldn't. he couldn't beat it, man. Whatever it was. But yeah, he collapsed, and we brought him inside, and just we thought he was gonna die again that night. We tried to we we thought he was gonna get better though. At the same time, like we were conflicted. We were like, is he gonna die tonight, or is he gonna wake up in the morning, feeling full of life like he did last time? But he woke up in the morning, and surprisingly, he actually was full of life, and he was fine, and he was getting up, and he was walking, and he was running. And then midway through the day, he falls again. Like he can't stand anymore, and he runs out of energy. And he I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to do a lot of cuts in this video because I'm having just complete brain fog from you know the whole thing going on. But we brought him back inside. That was yesterday, technically 2 days ago now, the 5th. And so at that point, we were starting to lose hope because at that point we were worried now because what he had the previous night didn't go away. It went away in the morning briefly, but then it hit him again midday. And so the whole rest of that day, we had to literally pick him up so he could go to the bathroom outside. We had to he could barely eat or drink his food, like anything like that. And for the first time ever in the entire time we've had this dog, he didn't finish his food. And this dog will do anything for food. I know everyone says that about their dogs, but this dog literally will, if he had 2 broken legs, he would still crawl towards his bowl of food, and he did not eat all of his food. And that was kind of like the seal of the envelope. Like we knew, like that was it. Like we got to put him down. He's not eating his food, and he's deteriorating with whatever he's got again. And that night it got even worse. And he was having such a hard time breathing, and we tried to get somebody to come out that night, but it was too late already. And so that was last night. And we woke up this morning, and it didn't go away, and it was still there. And sorry, he couldn't walk the whole day. The entire day, he was not able to walk. He literally just could not walk. He had such little energy, and he was getting such little oxygen in his body because of whatever was attacking his immune system, that he literally couldn't walk. And I gave him a snack around midday today, and he got up, actually very briefly, but he had such little energy that he instantly fell back down as he was trying to get up for the treat. And while we were out, we had his bed on the porch, and he started to get up again to try to get himself up, even though he had no energy to do so. And he was looking out the window, or looking out onto the grass to look, to like kind of like signal to us that he needed to go to the bathroom. So we picked him up, and he did his business out on the grass. And we were trying to keep him up for as long as we could, but then he fell again, and he just peed on himself in the grass because he couldn't stand. He had no energy. And then he kept doing this thing where he would go in and out of consciousness, where he would his eyes would go glassy for a second, and it looked like he was about to pass out. And he would come to right after, but it kept happening, and we thought at those times where he was losing consciousness, he was just about to die, and we thought he was dying right then and there. But thankfully, he pushed through for the rest of the day. My dad came as well, because I had to, told my dad about what was going on. He came over as well, and about an hour before the vet came, and she got there, and I just completely bawled my eyes out, man. I've never cried this hard ever in my life. I'm not used to this kind of shit because I live a pretty boring life and not a lot goes on in my life. And when you have a dog like this that is basically your little brother that you've lived with your entire life, and is like your first, is basically like another immediate family member to you, it really is devastating. Even though we knew he was being put down, And we saw the signs for months, like the little signs before this illness or whatever got him the last few days. Even still, it was so emotional, and the even the vet was crying, which I kind of like that the vet was crying because it kind of showed, that you know we're all human and we cry, and just I just like I completely lost it. I tried to keep my cool and I tried not to cry, but I just couldn't not cry. Um, and she came in and she gave him. So they did two shots. They did a sleep shot, like a sedative that would put him to sleep. And so they did the sedative. Just looked so he just looked so done. Like he didn't want to be there anymore. So we were technically doing him a favor. Um, and I almost walked out the room because I didn't want to see them put the second shot in. But I stayed for the whole thing, and they put the second shot in, and I saw his breathing stop, and that was it. That was it. Um, it was so surreal. I just didn't know what. I couldn't react any other way than just to break down crying. And the place, honestly, the place that we got is pretty cool because they let us keep like little lockets or like little capsules of his hair that she cut off after he passed away. Um, and also like an urn with his ashes and all that we're gonna get soon and whatnot. But anyway, um, it was just something that got me was when we were putting him into the vet's car afterward, and I just saw his head just like droop down because usually when we pick him up when he's in his bed, he'll freak out, and he does because he doesn't like being picked up while he's in his bed, obviously, because it's like he's floating. But because he's gone, his head just drooped down, and it was just seeing his lifeless head just droop down was I couldn't seeing that just fuck got me, man. And that was that. That was the end of his life. He lived a good life. We took really good care of him. I mean, this is the most and the hardest I've ever cried in my life, bro. And I mean, call me what you want, bro. I have emotion. I'm a human. We all are. I know it's not a full-on family member. I know it's not a human, a person. I know it's just a pet. Because people will say, "Oh, it's just a dog. It's just a pet," but they're still a family member to me and to us, to the rest of my family. That dog still counts as a family member, and it just I was just thinking about waking up and not seeing him there because even in all the times that he was annoying, I took it for granted. I mean, I knew leading up to this that I would miss him being annoying and him begging us for food all the time and all that shit. But damn, dude, it hit so much harder than I could have imagined. I don't know what else to say. That was the life of PG. I mean, we picked him up from the dog shelter when he was just a couple months old, feeding off on his mom at the time, and he was just a little cub, and we took him and raised him and all that, and just I mean, I saw his whole life. It's not like it's not like a dog you saw for a little while. It's a dog you've seen your entire life since your childhood. Like I grew up with him as if he was my brother, and everyday life, seeing him in the house and whatnot, and it just fucked me up, man. I'm sorry I'm cursing so much, but it just it effed me up, dude. And yeah. I don't know what else to say. We're all human at the end of the day. We all experience hardships like this, and passing of loved ones, whether it be pets, actual people, whatnot. Um, but don't ever be ashamed of crying when things are sad, or getting upset when things are sad, because Without that, we wouldn't, we literally just wouldn't be human. I mean, that's what we do. We cry at sad things. We get angry at frustrating things. We get happy at nice things, blah, blah, blah. So don't ever be ashamed to cry. But anyway, I miss PG, man. That dog was one of the things that kept me happy, even when I was like, upset, whatever was going on in my life, and just he was the thing that my whole family would go to when we were sad, and give him hugs, give him kisses, and whatnot. I'll put some pictures up and some videos up of him today and the day before, his last day on Earth. Please love your dogs and love your pets like you love your people, guys, because there's no reason to treat them any less than the people we love. Treat them well, love them, care for them, because their lives are a lot shorter than people's, and so sometimes they're harder to come to terms with because of how short their lives are compared to us. But that's not an excuse to not love them as much as you would with a human loved one. I'm sorry I haven't been uploading. I unrelated to all this going on, I got in an extremely bad mental state the past 2 months, like extremely bad mental state, where I have had absolutely zero motivation to do anything. I've had terrible thoughts that I just can't even, I don't even want to talk about, and I'm trying to get my life back on track, my brain back on track, and my mental, and all that, and obviously this doesn't help, but, I'm working on a peak video right now, for you guys. This shouldn't affect the uploads, going forward, other than the fact that it takes me fucking 3 months to make a video. I'm worse than Corey Kenshin with this upload schedule, but, I'm still working on that video. It'll be out soon, and this shouldn't affect how long it takes me. Thank you guys for, listening to me sob like a crybaby. And hope you guys have a great rest of your day, your night, whatever's going on with you. And I'll see y'all later. Peace. Might as well go all out since he's going today. It's his favorite chicken. Damn, he's already full. He can't even eat the rest of it. Sure you don't want any more, buddy? No?